Alright, shut up now, bleeding Nora. Hey up, people of the interwebses. Ugh. How's everybody doing? I am obviously, where am I? I am obviously Norman Butler. I might look and sound the same as Simon, but I'm actually Norman Butler, so that's something for you to remember going forward. So let's have a look. Who's in the room? Which is round. It's a round group. It's in the room. So we have Mr. Jimmy Quinn. Good evening, Jimmy Quinn. We have Rob from Beards and Bangers. I've not seen any sausages on your channel yet, Rob, so I don't know where the bangers bit comes from. Hey up, Rob. And then we have Pinky Concord, who says, "Evening, young Cy Norman. Evening, young Pincon. We have someone called Ujudge, who's a moderator, so you better behave your pants, otherwise she'll kick your ass, and not in a good way. Yeah, I noticed that. No mustard tonight. That's a bit disappointing. Come on, Paul, sort yourself out. You've got loads of editing to do. We all have, mate. That's what we do. It's fine. Yeah, I know what you mean. I had to edit it. How many videos did I get out yesterday? I think it was edited 2 yesterday and 2 Saturday, and it can take a while, especially when you're doing real life, cutting edge, dynamic stuff like troll information videos. So yeah, they are really good. One thing I should ask is, I'm using this microphone again, so if people, let me know if people can hear me. I assume you can, because people are saying stuff, but then people are just saying hello anyway, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So I will pause while I wait for someone to confirm that they can hear me. Hopefully you can see me with all these. Oh, cool, fantastic. Cheers, Rob. Hopefully you can see me with all these fantastic lights that I've got set up everywhere. It's quite cool. This little one, this one is like a little spaceman with just a big lens for a face, and he puts like this orange sort of planet type thing. You can get different coloured ones. They're really cool. I got it Ujudge for Christmas. Also, I've just stared right into it and I can't see anything now. So there's that. Don't look at lights. And then obviously I've got this thing down here that does stuff. Oh, I can do it to my voice, can't I? Oh, let's do it different. Is it this one? Yeah, that's it. So now when I talk, maybe it'll not be talking loud enough. Bloody hell. Oh. Let's try that one. Yeah, that one's all right. So there we go. We can have that one that goes with the sound of my voice. That's all right. That'll do. That'll do, Simon. Stop. Just please, Simon, for once in your life, stop being a dickhead and pissing about. Hello? Yes? No. Yes, I've just... No. Yes, wrong number. So where did we get up to? I don't know whether that's a sarcastic or a non-sarcastic comment there, Pingu. Excellent visuals. Uji says, is Spaceman not blinding you too much? No, it's not. It's all right. If I don't stare at it, I'm fine. It's just, if I stare at it, then I can't see anything. So what I'll do is like not stare at it. Maybe might be one of the best ideas. PM, Prime Minister. Oh, I thought you meant Project Nigel at first. I didn't realise it were an M, not an N. So how's everybody been? When did I do a stream last? Friday. Yeah, how's everybody been since Friday? What have you been up to? obviously we've had the NEC. How many of you went to the NEC? I know Boaty didn't, and he made sure that he didn't want to. He made sure everybody knew that he didn't want to. He's not interested in that sort of thing, and that's fine. People can be into various things that they like. If everybody liked the same thing, then the world would be cheaper for a start, and far easier to get on with other people. But it might be a bit boring. Might be a little bit boring. And he's right. There's loads of people putting video content out, and you know what? I'm quite glad. I'm quite glad, because it kind of gives me an opportunity as a. I'm going to go completely off piste here. Rather than it being a topic, I'm just going to tell you about me for a bit. I like that lots of people do content of the NEC show, because that, to me, that helps me as a content creator look at what other people are doing and see how I can improve or do it different or put a different spin on things. And hopefully I kind of did that with my NEC coverage. It's kind of the first time I've done something like that, because obviously I only started in August. So yeah, I tried to mix photos and videos together, and honestly, looking back, I could have done it far more professional, and I had my dad there, so I could have had him being cameraman for a bit and used this to do some far away from the camera, walking towards the camera shots. But maybe next time. There's going to be other stuff. Pingu St. Concord says it's cold. Is that like you're cold and you've not got the heating on, or you've got a cold? I'm quite warm here, actually. This laptop puts out a lot of heat, and this Norman Butler tribute. What would you call this smock? This Norman Butler tribute smock's quite warm. Rob says, who needs to go to the NEC when you can make a comprehensive video? It's true. I maybe have done more, but I think my dad was getting a bit crackered from walking around, to be honest. And it's one of them things. If I'd have thought about it, I'd have asked Simone when she'd got some time that day to do a quick walk around, and we could have done a joint walk around and stuff. But again, next time. Hopefully next time I'll have Margaret down there. Oh, thanks, Pingu. Yeah, I think it's been a good experience. I'm really glad I met Simone. I know I've said this like a million times, and she's probably getting fed up with me mentioning her all the time now. But yeah, generally really lovely person, and felt like we got on straight away like that. So yeah, really happy I went. Oh, and she's here. All right, Simone. I hope you had a good day at work, and it weren't too boring. If it were, do you want to swap jobs with me and see which one's the worst? I guarantee you, well, I don't guarantee you, because I'm not entirely certain how boring your job would be. And you might find my job interesting, having never done it before. Maybe we just keep our own jobs. I'm sure there'll be less hassle that way. Hi, Jimmy Quinn. Who's Pingu asking if he's ill? Is it me or someone else? Or I hate this laptop. Seriously, I don't know. As soon as I sat down to use this laptop today, I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Oh, I see what you're saying now. Sorry, Pingu, I missed that bit. So Pingu asked Rob how many cars he's bought today, and Rob said he hasn't bought any. And then Pingu said, are you ill? And then Rob says, yes, and I have been for some time. I even deleted all my eBay alerts without looking at them today. Now, I think we need to take a second to just think about that. Rob has deleted all his eBay alerts. Now, to me, that's surely on par with like a visit to Alcoholics Anonymous, isn't it? That's just going cold turkey, getting rid of all your eBay alerts on there. I mean, that's kind of something I do, but I've never set any up in first place. Yeah, I'm still on the lookout for a Sky Team Ace for cheap. Simone says she's knackered. Has it been a long day, Simone, or just a busy day, or have you been like, I don't know? Because I said I don't know what you do. I don't know what your job is. So it could be, I don't know. Maybe she's been throwing rocks at invading hordes of elves, or maybe she's been ploughing fields with a small donkey, or maybe she's been working on one of them big skyscrapers and having a dinner on a metal girder. They're all valid. Pingu Concord says he got to that state of mind last week too. Far too many purchases so far this year. Yeah, and we're only just before April. We are just before April, aren't we? Yeah. We're only 3 months in. Simmer down, lads, simmer down. Winter car bargains buying binge is over. My God, that should have been a title to a video. Winter car bargains buying binge. That'd have been amazing. Apart from I haven't bought any cars this winter. I did. What am I doing about? I bought Henrietta last December, which kinda counts as winter. All right, yeah. Obviously, I knew that. You said that before, ain't you? Car delivery driver. Now, I want to know, Simone, because that to me sounds fun. I like that. I'd like to drive around in other people's cars and get paid for it. So I want to know 2 things from you, Simone. Number 1, is it fun or am I mental? Number 2, why don't you record some of you driving and do reviews of them? They don't have to be ickle reviews. That's going to be my next thing now. Me and Rob have been talking about this. Oh, and Rob, by the way, I've been making some ideas of footage and content to do. So we'll organise that call. But yeah, me and Rob have been talking about this, and my next sort of series of videos that I'm going to try and get all in a line is car reviews. So obviously I'll do mine. I can do my dad's. Was it a C-Max or yeah, C-Max? I think. If I really want, I'd do his MG when it bloody runs. I've got his bike and my bike to do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 things lined up I can review. And then I might just knock on random's doors and go, I like your car, can I have a go? Dick Dastardly. Hi, Dick. I can hear a voice, but is there someone there? I can't see a thing. Not enough lights. Yeah, I know, that's what I thought. We need more lights. More lights, Dick. That's what we need. I like the way that this little robot fella there is just like staring at me. It's like, did anybody ever watch? Oh, what are we called now? Oh man, right. So the whole TV program is like sci-fi B movies or horror B movies and stuff. Probably more sci-fi than what else. And it's like a cinema, and there's a guy and a robot and an alien and a dog, I think, and they walk into the cinema and you can just see their silhouettes against the screen and they're watching a film. I can't remember, it's called something like Space Cinema 3000 or something. That'd be that's a good funny program to watch. But yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like a little robot watching me. Oh bloody hell! You're going too fast. I'm gonna have to scroll back up again. No, you're not. I can leave it there. Rob's talking about sweating on a car. Is that some new car community trend now? Sweating on cars. Pingu quite rightly says you need to use the engine then, Rob, and stop trying to push it. Rob says I did get 6 massive fillets of sea bass in Costco for 20 quid earlier. Does that count? Only if you didn't need 6, because you obviously don't need 6 cars. Hang on. Hello? Yeah? 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 Yeah, but... Yeah, but... Yep. But... Yep. Yeah, it's wrong number. I keep ringing up. I'm lost where we are. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, hang on. They said you can't film the cars. That's a bit pants, isn't it? Well, it's only pants because you can't film in it, but it's not pants because of the other bit. So, yeah, you need to answer the first bit. Is it a fun job? And then, if it is a fun job, do you want to swap? Because my job's not fun. Not especially not at this time of year. Oh, man, just thinking about it. Oh, it makes me want to jump out of a window. Which at work you can't do. Uji says, ooh, secret cars. What are you on about? What the flip are you on about? Oh, you mean because Simone can't film them? Oh, yeah, secret cars. Ooh, secret cars. That does make them sound more exciting. Yeah, slow chat, Pingu, means people can only post once a minute, I think, doesn't it? I don't think there's enough people watching me to justify that. I just need to speed up and stop talking basically. Simone says, here we go, juicy secrets. Oh, that's what they are, Uji. The juicy secrets cars. It's a good job, just not consistent. I hate driving the Nissan Puke file abomination. See, I'm a bit saddened by that because I'd like, and again, another one of my bucket list tick-offs is to have a hamburger car, which is a Nissan. And I would have had Rob's Micra if I had room for it, because I quite fancy doing something with Kit and Face. Steady. But yeah, I'm not sure about you. Obviously, I'd love like a Skyline type thing, but I'm never going to get one of them. Not unless I sell the house without Julie knowing. Maybe I could sell the house and keep the garage, and then we could just live in the garage. That might work. Oh, Judge, let me know if that's a good idea. Hello? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't mean it. All right. Yeah. All right. Bye. Crikey, that was a bit harsh. If you need extra work time, and look for Ford recruitment. Oh, so is it like, can you work it round other things? Because I work Monday to Fridays now, so could I work it on weekends, do you think, and evenings and stuff? Hey up, Trace. How's they doing? And it's not Simon, is it? Remember, it's Norman Butler. I keep forgetting myself. Hello, I'm Norman Butler. I can tell I'm Norman Butler. It says it on my bloody smock, doesn't it? See, that's Norman Butler for you. He's like a spirit that just overtakes me. Obviously, this, like I said earlier, Trace, you didn't see it, but this is a tribute Norman Butler smock. It's not the original. It's not an original. They go for too much money. Everybody's saying hi to Tracy, which is what they should do. No weekends. Darn it. I don't know why I'm going to start saying this. I'm thinking of doing condensed hours at work, so that might work around there. But yeah, thanks for the heads up, man. I'll check it out. Pinku Concord says, getting Chris Evans' vibe with the phone calls. Did Chris Evans used to do that on Don't Forget Your Toothbrush? Or was it TFI Friday? It's your letters, I remember that bit. Because it was Reef, weren't it, that did Put Your Hands On. Yeah, I liked that song. Oh. All right, Rob, simmer down. Tracy, you used my dead name. How dare you? The vegans of the internet will come for you. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, my memory's not completely shot from answering questions about tax year end and tax relief and drawdown options and protected tax-free cash. Let me just take a second just to cleanse my brain of pensions. Money purchase. Damn it. Hey, look. It's, oh, what's his name now? Him that does Boaty's World. Oh, god damn it. Can't remember what his name is. Argonauts, that's it. Hey up, Argonauts. Thinking of doing condensed milk. What, like injecting it, Trace? Injecting in condensed milk? Yes, Simone, Reef were really good, weren't they? I liked Reef. They kind of got that bit of a groove to them. They're like, well, they're not like them, but another sort of band from same kind of era that I like is Cool Shaker, because he's got that definitive sort of vibe going. Give the old man Norman a chance. It's his first time. Coos Frabra. Oh dear. Well, I did come up with some ideas of topics. So let's have a look on my topics ideas. And Underscore's not here, so he's not going to make a joke about the chocolate bar topics, is he? The little peanut. Right then. So in typical in typical Norman Butler style, oh my god, Pingu. I can't believe it. Hang on. Here we go. You see her? Right, listen. Listen to this little beauty. And then it goes an octave lower, and I ain't got that on there. So... Oh, just done the big table. Is that like your maths tables? Is that what you're on about? Your times tables there, Argonaut? I just realised, Pingu, need some flute action. Where's Simon? Try and remind me of that, because I'm going to do an advert. I don't know whether you're going to want to see it. Oh dear. Oh, that just reeks of a 70s aftershave type with a podgy, middle-aged, airy man stood there in his pants talking about flute action. Oh dear. Anyway, Simone says, we're never keen on Cola Shaker, makes a mess. Party of 28. Crikey. Are they still making them films? So Tracy said, oh good, topics. I like your topics because I can steal them from my shows. I've not got any links this time, Trace, but you're quite welcome. I have kind of, in an ironic style, I've got loads of lights everywhere, but not enough for me to be able to read what I've written here. So I might have to do this and pretend that I'm looking at it like. Hang on. What? Look, I'm trying my best. I'm not a professional, you know. I don't. Yeah, but it's, like I don't care if you used to manage Noel Edmonds. You're not even managing me. You're just ringing me up, giving me earache when I'm streaming. Look, I'm trying to talk to people and read comments. I don't care. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, anyway, it's wrong number, innit? God's sake, it's like, won't leave me alone today. Anyway, so we'll mix top one out because, well, in fact, no, I'm going to ask you anyway, and I'm going to think of it because now Boaty is here. It'll be quite useful. So, if members of the YouTube community or community were characters from Last of the Summer Wine, who would be who and why? So, like, for example, what I'm thinking is, I can't pick on Boaty. And Mustard's not yet, so we'll use Mustard. If Mustard was one of the characters in Last of the Summer Wine, which one would he be? That's what I'm trying to get at there. I don't feel that I can give myself a character because that's a bit rude. It's a bit rude. So if I would very much like you all to tell me what character from Last of the Summer Wine you think I'm most like, and don't say Maria because that's only every other Sunday. But I'm trying to think of some. So like Matt from Furious Driving, I think he would be. I think he's quite a Norman Clegg actually. Matt from Furious Driving. He's not daft, and he seems a bit reserved. So I'd go Matt from Furious Driving's Norman Clegg. No, I was just going to say I think Hubnut would be Compo, but I'm not. Maybe not. Maybe Compo's son. That'd be good. What the? Oh yeah, I've just seen what Pingu's on about. Yeah, how does it fit in there? Hooked on Classic says, I like topics. Always a small bar of chocolate. I swear they're getting smaller though. Somehow, like all chocolate bars are literally getting smaller. Like we got a pack of Mars bars the other day. They're tiny. That's not a Mars bar. That's not even Kit Kat sized. It's a catastrophe. Jack knows all about catastrophes. Padbook says, don't mention Noel Edmonds. Not around Boaty anyway. Pingu Concord says that's why they need a big table then. See, Rob, exactly the same thought as me. It definitely Hubnut would be Compo. Oh yeah, Trey says Mustard would be Wesley. Badbook says I would be Wesley. Pingu says I'd be Compo. Jimmy Quinn says I'd be Compo. Tracy says no, Bad Books. Wesley had a shed full of everything. Defo Mustard. Boaty would be Seymour. Yes. Or what was the other one called? Oh man, I can't remember what they were called. The other one that kind of Seymour and him switch places. Who was the female character that was always crunching gears and blaming the car? That was Thora Hurd's character. Was it? Oh, was it Edie or something? Foggy. Yeah, that's it, Trace. Foggy. Yeah, actually, I think I'd be Foggy. I think. Well, I'd like to be. Or maybe Russ Abbott's characters when he's in. Yeah. Thora Hurd would be Boaty. It's not me, it's the car. No, that's what is it? It's not me, it's your dad. He's been messing with gearbox again. They're all in a different place. It's not where I left them. There's so many characters you don't really that don't spring to mind straight away from Last of the Summer Wine. There's like the policeman. I think there's like 4 different policemen that kind of change. We were watching some of the early ones the other day, and the woman that runs the cafe, I think it was her nephew was in it. He's like quite a big chunky like rocker type. He was quite funny. I think he was just talking about it. Oh yeah, what was the cafe owner called? Yeah, I can't remember. Honestly, I did. I've got it on other computer. I've got a whole list of him set up. Rob says to Tracy, I'm thinking of Les Dawson now hoisting his bra up with his arm like that. When he's doing, it was him and that guy that played someone in Coronation Street, weren't it? They did like the 2 old women thing. That's a Mustard and Boaty thing. CC and Ada, is that them? You lot have got a really good memory for old 80s sort of TV programs and stuff. Boaty's World. I'd be Ross unless I could podger Janice, in which case I'd be Chandler. Yeah, you would. You look exactly like David Schwimmer, who, incidentally, I mean, I know this isn't for you, Boaty, because you've not seen the most mainstream films that most people mention. So yeah, I doubt you've ever seen this one. And don't say you have, because you haven't. Is in a film called Big Nothing, or Big Fat Nothing, or Fat Nothing, and he plays a guy that's got has he got a memory problem? Ironically, I can't remember if that's his thing, but it's David Schwimmer, Simon Pegg, and a lady that I've seen in something else, and I can't remember her name. But it's a really good film. You should watch it. I'm sure it's called. I thought it was called Big Fat Nothing, but it might just be called Big Nothing. Where did I get up to? Matt from Furious Driving would be Smiler. You think so? Oh, in fact, no. I think Boaty would be the lady that runs the second-hand shop. Oh, what's her name? Aunt something. Didn't she play Hilda in Coronation Street or something? Catch you later, Argonauts. Rob says them pots won't peel themselves. Summers. Maybe we should. Hang on, let me put this down. This is definitely not full of vodka like mustards is. Right. Let's bring into our community an idea from Boaty and force it back out to you guys out there. So if people from the community, and I'm thinking specifically me, Mustard, Boaty, Simone, Rob, and another, we'll say Ubnut because this is an easy target. If they were people from Friends, who would we be? Come on, get them answers in. Get those answers in. It's time to get those answers in. I'm waiting. I'm totally waiting. While I'm totally waiting, I'm going to have a look at what the results of the poll were so far. So I'm going to end poll. Oh, and then it just disappears. That's useful. Oh, there we go. How the hell? How does that work? So the Ubnut would be Phoebe. Totally. I know. Hang on. I don't know whether I know the codes to Smelly Cat. Oh. Is it C? Hang on. Oh. No, it's not C. So, no, I'm not even going to try. If I can't even get first chord, I'm not even going to try. Hang on 2 seconds. Hello, Norman Butler. How can I help you to? What? Well, that's rude, isn't it? I won't. Right. Sod off. Honestly, I only played one chord. Jesus, anybody would think I'd just stabbed a kitten in the face or something. So we've got Pingu Concord. He says, Ubnut would be Phoebe. And then Rob says, that's a good point. I'll come back to that in a second. So the poll for the lights, we had 10% of people said we need more lights, and 89% of the people said we need even more lights, which leaves 1% that isn't accounted for somehow. Don't know how that works. I mean, there were 10 votes. It's not like there's anything random. Yeah, hang on. So Pingu Concord says old Hubnut would be Phoebe. Beards and Bangers says new. What about new Hubnut? What's new Hubnut? Pingu says new Hubnut would be Ross / Monica's dad, which is good. I like that. That is true. Udgy said You would be Phoebe because you're bonkers. I know, that's true. That's kind of true. Phoebe used to be my favorite character in there. I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know if anybody else feels the same about Friends, the TV program, not actual Friends. But I remember watching it and thinking it was really good, and I used to enjoy watching it at the time when it was current. Nowadays, I watch it and it's so irritating. It's just, I mean, there's this. To be honest, I've not even. I can't even watch a whole episode. Maybe I need to give it another go on there. But there's so many other things I've not even watched. Why would I watch Friends that I must have seen like 5 times? Because it just used to be constantly on in our house. Ugh, that and what else was it I had to watch? Sex and the City. Oh, I mean, I can't believe there were time. Well, maybe there was a time I used to like watching that for some reason. But yeah, that's just same thing all the time, isn't it? Bad Book says Boaty would be Locknut. He is a Locknut. Rob says, can I be Rachel then? I would spend all day looking in the mirror and doing things to myself. Jeebus. Oh, I think he means trying on different clothes and different hairstyles and doing different makeups. I don't think he means like himself off in front of a mirror. Because quite frankly, Rob, that's not the kind of subject you bring up in front of a Norman Butler. Oh, me little ticker. Pingu says, keep those voices in your head, Rob. And then Rob says, although Mustard has that hair, which is an attribute previously ascribed to Jennifer Aniston. It'd be really fun if Mustard one day did a video and he'd got the Rachel haircut. The Rachel Bob. And then if Boaty had got Monica's short hairstyle. God. Oh dear. Blackline says, I never watch TV anymore. Just YouTube and Clarkson's Farm on Prime. It's a pretty good point that you make there, Blacklines. Do we watch normal telly? I don't think we do. I mean, like we watch Apprentice because just we like watching people make an idiot of themselves. But even that's got a bit boring. That's a bit predictable. We tend to just watch streaming stuff all the time. Udge says, you know that I disagree with you. I still think they're super funny. Maybe it'd be better without the slight drama bits. It'd just be better if it went so crap. Simone says, I only watched Friends because of Jennifer Aniston. I can understand why. Although Monica was my favourite. I thought she was the better looking one out of that lot. That's definitely the only reason that somebody I used to live with used to have the Jerry Halliwell yoga video. That was definitely entertaining to watch. Pingu Concord says Boaty in the morning equals Mr. Heckles. What's Mr. Heckles? You'll have to fill us in on that one, Pingu. Trey says, my dreams are going to be plagued with Mustard having that Mr. hairdo now. Oh yeah, Robbie, he was the best character. What was his name? Was it Gunther? Don't forget the intense barista guy. Can't remember his name. German maybe. It's Gunther. Simone says, I don't watch telly now. I just watch catch-up TV. Yeah, same with us. I mean, our main reason, Simone, and this is This just proves that if I told you nothing else about me, if you knew nothing else about me, what I'm going to tell you next would tell you that I'm from Yorkshire. We kind of watch catch-up TV and streaming services more than normal TV because our aerial's a bit knackered and I'm too tight to pay for someone to put a new aerial up. So don't come at me. Tracy says, the bald one, beards and bangers, I think he passed away recently. Don't say that, Trace. You can't have. I mean, you might be right, actually. Pingu says, maybe Simone could be Monica. She is quite practical. That is true. Like Monica's always ready to give anything a crack, isn't she? Simone, can you roller skate? Because that'll be the deciding factor. That's what I want to do this year. Right, everybody, hold me to this. I'm going to buy roller skates and I'm going to learn to roller skate this year. I'm not saying I'm not going to end up in hospital, but I'm going to give it a go. Mr. Heckles is the guy who lives below Monica's. Oh, yeah. Simone says Simon would be Joey. I wish. Hang on, let me see if I can do it. You ready? Mama's apple pie. There. How did that affect any of the ladies in the room? Or men? How did that affect anyone in the room? My Joey impression. I need to know how that affected the sexual needs of people. Hang on 2 seconds. Yeah, hello. Yeah. I said sexual need. Yeah, I'm not. It's not a porno. I just said sexual needs. That's all. Yeah, all right. Well, fine. Get Noel Edmonds in. He's not going to do my channel though, is he? It's Noel Ed. What do you mean he's that desperate? What's wrong with my channel? All right, I'll tone it down. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, love you. Bye. Dickhead. Let's have a look. Oh my God, man, everybody's gone mad. I need to scroll back up again. Jeebus. Blackline says Miss Eccles was the guy from the first series of Friends who used to hit the floor with a broom to get them to keep the noise down. Who would be Smelly Cat? Well, Smelly Cat doesn't exist, does he? Does it? Was there a Smelly Cat? I know there was a song, but was there an actual Smelly Cat? Oh, is that an innuendo for something else kind of thing? Pingu Concord said Mustard be Smelly Cat. Rob agrees. Oh no, Black Lion's Gunther. He can't have been that old. Maybe it was all the tension in his heart from yearning for. Oh, we've just said a character's name. I can't bloody remember. Oh God, what was Jennifer Aniston's character called again? Why am I so terrible with things? Rachel. Tracy says a true Yorkshireman wallets have to be prized open. Well, my wallet doesn't even have an opening thing. It's just card. It's like one of them RC FID block thingies. So there's no room for money in mine. Simone says no, I can't roller skate, blade or skateboard. I used to be able to skateboard, and last skateboard I went on were about. My God, it probably about 5 years ago now. I mean, my son got a longboard, and that was quite cool. I liked that. Skateboarding and stuff's fine if you've got somewhere you can do it. You can skate for a long way without running into traffic or people or buildings and stuff. But it's just not designed for it around here, unfortunately. Although we have got a bit of a skate park thing nearby, so maybe I should get a skateboard and kill myself that way. MR, greetings. Have you ever considered there might be people in your walls? I have. Yes. I put them there. Rob says that was more Emmerdale than Friends, Simon. There's plenty of shagging goes off in Emmerdale by the looks of it. So I'll go with that. That's fine. Pingu Concord says he feels violated, Norman. Is that a position, the violated Norman? And then he goes on to say, maybe he finally got it on with Rachel and she's finished him off. Possibly. Maybe he steamed himself to death on one of the barista thingies. Black Lines, what gave you the idea to look like Daft Ross in a nightclub on your live streams? I don't remember what Daft Ross is. I'm sorry. I recognise the. Oh, hang on. You mean Daft Ross? Is Daft Ross the exterminator thing? The Dalek, the Captain Dalek person. For God's sake, the Captain Dalek person. And then Bad Books. Oh no! So by the way, hi Blacklist. And Bad Book says, Boaty's got an Italian leather wallet, or was that a keyring? He's got many Italian leather keyrings, which I don't understand. But everybody, again, go back to everybody to their own thing. And we do need to do a keyring post. In fact, I'll start one on, so hopefully everybody joins in. But we need to see people's keyrings, because mine are fucking bonkers. Who would be the naked man in Friends? I don't know. Who would be that? That could be anybody, really. Simone says, I was good at Tony Hawk skateboarding on the Sega Dreamcast. Does that count? It does count, yeah. If you're good at skateboarding on Tony Hawk skateboarding on Dreamcast, I'm sure it quite easily sort of transfers over to actual skateboarding. Dreamcasts were amazing, weren't they? They were the last console that I thought were like really good. Like with the controllers, they had those little memory packs with displays in them. And there were one at games, I think we're at Metropolis Street Racer or something like that, where you could put the speedo as a little display on the controller. That was kind of cool. Doctor Who, yeah, leader of the Daleks. Trace has a Lego brick keyring. You should maybe just put it. Well, I'll start a post. I'll start a post on either my Facebook group or Boaty's or everybody's Facebook group. Oh, another thing I was thinking of doing, if I get some stickers that say that I've got a picture of Henny and then it says 2023, the year of the Torah, would anybody be interested in getting one? Because there's two things I'm thinking of doing. One is getting a machine to cut my own stickers, and two is getting some made up. But I don't want to get like loads made up if nobody wants one. Otherwise, I'll just end up with loads of stickers that I can't use. Simone asked Pingu if he's seen Ian naked. You mean Ian from EastEnders, or are we on about someone called Ian? I've got a friend called Ian. I've not seen him naked. I've been naked in his house, but not while he was naked. Trace says, I'll be the naked guy from Friends, the most likely one I could identify with or identify as. Yeah, Rob, I need one of your stickers. In fact, I need everybody's. Oh yeah, catch you later, Simone. I'll probably stream on Friday again, and look out for my very exciting troll video in about 2.5 weeks. You'll love it. In fact, how many people have actually watched my troll videos? Because otherwise I'm going to tell you about them and you're not going to know what I'm on about. Yeah, Rob, I need one of your stickers, and you can definitely have one of my stickers if I get them made. Also, if I do get a sticker cutting machine, is anybody interested in me cutting them some stickers? Obviously, I'll not charge you for the doing it, just the vinyl sheet if I need to buy some. But yeah, I've kind of half designed a Henny sticker already. Well, actually, I came up with a picture and did part of it, and then Judge has kind of reduced the fiddliness down a bit. So I think we need to reduce it down a bit more, so it's a bit more simple. Otherwise, it'll take ages to. I looked up what chode meant, and I thought I must have read that. Thanks, moderator or Judge. Ha! You've got a title now, UJ. That's your fault. So should we have another topic? What time are we on? Oh, we've done 50 minutes already. Right. Typical me to pick the worst lighting. Okay, so here's a question for you. Rather than it being a topic, if you know, you like my little what they call it sticker, by the way? It's on this side, Simon. My little ghost sticker is like kind of cool. Yeah, I do need more lights. People's worst purchase. Well, there's kind of one that fits in. No, there isn't. Yeah, let's do that one. Thank you, Pingu. We'll go for that one. What is people's worst purchase? And we'll kind of we'll try and make it preferably car related or bike related. But if you don't have car or bike type interests, then it can be anything. And Rob straight in there with an air fryer. Is that car or bike related, or is that just a general one, Rob? Would you care to elaborate on your Pingu? Is that Roger Botty that you're talking about? I'm just going to go back to Rob's comment there, and I think Udjudge will back me up on this one. We've got an air fryer. Now, we don't use it very often because it's a pain in the arse to clean. And the oil, after a while, if you don't manage to clean it, goes all sticky, and then it's like half impossible. And then when you use it, it just smells of old oil. So I don't even know whether we've binned it, actually. Have we binned it? I don't know. But it was a good purchase when we bought it because you could get really crispy chips without cooking them in loads of oil and stuff. But I do want to get a better one. But yeah, tell us, Rob, why you don't like air fryers. Pingu Concord says he's never had a go. You mean you've never been in George Roger Botty? Air fryer is now a nice ornament in my kitchen. That's like sandwich toasters. I always like whenever we get a fancy sandwich toaster, we always end up buying one like every 5 years, and I'll go mad eating toasted sandwiches for like a week, and then I'm like, I cannot even look at another toasted sandwich. Uji says, I agree about the air fryer. I didn't bin ours yet because it's in the pantry and there's a spider in there. Maybe the spider's using the air fryer. It's plausible. Blackline says, my worst car purchase was an Alpha 156 2-litre T-Spark. I only got 1,000 miles out of it before it lost all oil and clattered to a halt. However, I would have another. It was lovely. Yeah, 156 are definitely on one of my lists of things that I should probably not have, but I would have. Obviously, I'd have to have the. Do they call them shooting brakes or something? They don't call them estate cars, do they? The Alphas, they call them something silly. The touring one, but even the saloon ones look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, definitely, I'd love an Alpha, but yeah, I've heard too many stories that are in breaking down and needing work all the time. And watching bloody tickly moustache hair, and watching Furious Driving hasn't sort of cured me of that fear of stuff happening like that. Or his mother. Pingu Concord's never had a go in George Roger Botty or his mother. Oh, hang on, no, I didn't. Hang on. Where's this message? How long ago is this? Did you see BB's message? In that case, why can I not see that? No, it's not showing up on my screen at all. I've got never had a go and agree about the air fryer. Maybe it's because it's blocked, Udge, and you've got to unblock it. Oh, hang on a second. Ugh. There we go. I've put all messages on now. It was on top messages. What an amateur. What an absolute amateur. Who would have ever thought this was part 6? Oh, crikey. Hang on. Here we go. In that case, a DSG VW Golf. I can see it now, Rob. That I always fancied driving one of them. Are they that bad? Worst car purchase for Pingu Concorde is an E39 540. Every journey needed a mortgage and fuel and a new problem to fix. Oh, blooming heck. See, this is destroying all my hopes of getting cheap older cars. It was probably hidden as I sweared. I sweared live on YouTube, on live YouTube. You shouldn't do that, Rob. You should not do that or play with yourself as a lady. I think my worst car purchase. It depends what you mean by worst. So I did buy a bay windowed camper that was the one that had the squarer bumpers on it and the wheel on the front, and it had a rock and roll bed bit on it, so the back seat sort of flipped out and it lined up with the back above the engine, and that was the bed. And it had a pop top on it with two little bunks that had got holes in them. That was probably my worst purchase because we bought it at night in the rain, didn't test drive it. It got home all right, but then it to be honest, actually, that one ran really well. But yeah, there were just holes in it all over the place. So we had to have a new floor welded in it. Needed, I think it was 2 wheel arches it had done on it. But we ended up not even using it for what we needed it for. We ended up buying a different one anyway. I think the last thing I did with it, I did use it. I used it to take up band gear to a gig at Corporation. And then on way back, I stopped at a kebab shop, and then it was parked outside. And then I noticed there were an orange glow coming from engine bay, and one of air pipes had been replaced by like paper pipes instead. I'm pretty sure they shouldn't have been paper. And they'd got oil on them, and they caught on fire, so that was fun. So it weren't the worst. It was probably in the worst condition, but it was actually quite fun. I think the worst car is what I swapped the other camper van for afterwards. This make you laugh. It was an older Type 2, I think, older bay window. It was in like a seafoam green with a white roof. It had got a Danbury conversion in it. It was lovely, and then we had it for about 6 months, and rot started coming back through wheel arches and stuff. So whoever had done it had not done it properly, and I swapped it for a Fiat Punto, and that was awful. It was like driving around in a bloody washing up bowl. Horrible thing. Black Line says, I regret buying Audi as nice as it is. It's very dull to go out for a pleasurable driving. Is that the one that you did a video taking it for an MOT other week? I'm honestly, sometimes I put YouTube videos on, and then I completely forget what I'm doing. Oh, Rob, DSG gearboxes aren't great. I thought they were supposed to be really good. They sound good when they have that like bit where it cuts the spark when you change gear. It's like a quick shift on a bike, which I'd quite like on my bike, but it's not worth putting on. Bad Bucks he says cheaper older cars equal money pits. That's true. But the thing that keeps people buying them is there's always that finding that one special older cheap car that's not a money pit. That's what keeps you looking. To be honest, expensive older cars can be money pits as well. Are you saying most of your cars are boring to go out for a drive-in, Rob? What the hell are you on about, Judge? Worst purchase Batman's motorbike. He's bloody useless. What are you on about? What the hell? Pingu Concord says, actually, thinking back further in my memory banks, an Audi A4 2.8 V6 estate was even worse than the E39. Yeah, I love Octavia's Bad Bucks. Me and my dad, when we were driving back from NEC the other day, we were following, well, we saw a few Octavias, but they were one of the newer shape VRS ones, and obviously the state one. And yeah, quite nice then. But blooming eyelash tickling my face now. Rob asks Beers and Bangers how many miles he's done. I think that's rather personal. Black Lion says, I'll never buy another automatic. I know that for sure. I need the involvement of a manual box. I agree with that, Black Lions. Yeah, that's because when I bought Henny, my dad were like, "Oh, check you out with an automatic." I thought you'd never want an automatic, and my reasoning with Henny is, I've already got my Daily's a Civic that's a manual, and it's fine. My fun car, my other fun car's Margaret, that's obviously a manual. And Henny is a big, comfortable, flopping around Rover thing with daft bits bolting onto her. So it's all right being automatic. It's a departure from everything else I've got, so it's an experience. So it's not for me to. I'm not driving Henrietta around to have the ultimate driving experience. It's just a bit of fun. Rob's just confirmed to Bad Books that DSG gearboxes are for losers, apparently. Udge says, it's true. I have to have a word with Batman. I told him, what the flip, Bat? You take it back. It doesn't go around corners at all with those big stupid wheels. Well, Judge, it's not for me to disagree with you in any way, but I think you'll find that Catwoman from that Batman film did quite a good job at riding that bike in more ways than one. So maybe it's the rider, not the bike. Just saying. Hashtag don't hate the me. Pingu Concord says, worst build quality ever equals Ghostbuster station wagon I got when I was 7. Did it just fall to bits, or did ghosts leak? Black Lions, how do you guys with many cars keep the batteries topped up? Trickle charges on everything. I just tend to use mine at least once a week, I think, really, Black Lines. Margaret tends to be on a trickle charger, like a battery conditioner anyway, because she's the only one in the garage. Henny is still like a work in progress, so yeah, she's not failed me so far, other when the start solenoid went. And Civic, just Civic, innit? I'm not that fussed about batteries. The only reason why I keep Margaret's on there is because sometimes in winter I don't use it that much. So. But if it's possible, I'd put trickle chargers and everything. In fact, bike, I should put a trickle charger on bike because that gets used less, but that seems to be fine. What did we get up to now? Bad Books, it's a company car, so 3,000 miles so far, and we'll have to be serviced to book. Yeah. Good. That's a good shout, Pingu. Yeah, keeping the batteries disconnected. Yeah, Bad Butt says he puts smart chargers on everything. I need to extend the garage so it covers the whole garden, so then I can have more cars inside. So we've gone for just over an hour on there. Does anybody want to? Should we have another topic, or should we? Is everybody ready to call it a day? What's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling at the moment? You all seem to be quite happy talking about battery chargers at the moment. I tend to start. I used to look on Amazon for a lot of stuff like that because there used to be, at least anyway, a few sort of cheap equivalents to things that were expensive on there. But it seems to be Amazon's just getting more and more expensive nowadays anyway. Pingu Concord says, just do a polycarb roof extension to the garage. Well, I would do, but then that's where the garden is. So yeah, I am a bit stuck, to be honest. Garage Norman, keep going, Norm. Keep going. I can't believe you've only got one car on the road at the moment, Rob. Which one is it? I can't even think of how many cars you've got. ZT needs a clutch. 260s being worked on. 190 is that waiting for an MOT? BRM's having its body panels done. You've sold Kit and Face. You've sold 216. You sold BMW. Which one is it that you've got on the road? Yeah, to be honest, Pingu, like as I've said before, I've screwed up with insurance on mine. I'm pretty sure I can get it cheaper. But yeah, I need to sort that out. But yeah, it soon adds up. It soon adds up. It's like the whole insurance world's not set up for people having more than one car. Oh yeah, TF obviously. Don't yeah. But what a car to have on the road. It's better on road than on roof. Oh yeah, I'm glad you reminded me about that, Rob. Yeah, so the airbag blanking plate cubby hole conversion. There's a guy in there that makes them, and I did save his web page ages ago, or his Facebook page, and I can't blooming find it now. But yeah, if you send the blanking plate in, it'll craft one of the old Rover 25 cubby holes into the back of it. Apparently, it's not that difficult, but I can never find one of the cubby holes from a 25 or a dashboard that's got one in. They've all got blooming blanking plates on that I can find on there. But yeah, it's just like the perfect area. Why did they not just make it a cubby hole anyway? Black Line says, I'm thinking of selling both my cars and just daily in a project car that I really enjoy. I can borrow the wife's car if I need something presentable. Well, yeah, I know Udge is in chat, so and it's not going to be a shock to her. But I keep kind of thinking about buying Udge a little car to reg around and learn, and then kind of thing that it doesn't matter if it gets a bit bashed up or whatever. But then that'd be 4 cars, and we've definitely not got room for 4 because where I'm parked now, I've got one in garage, one on half driveway, half on the gardeny bit, and then one parked outside our driveway gates. If we had another one, we'd have to park it at the side of our house. But our neighbours have got 4 cars, and it's a shared driveway, and they kind of most of the time take up that bit of road anyway. So it'd be kind of like taking up their space, even though it's our space, really. Pingu says, my favourite is called Norman Stanley. Norman Stanley Fletcher. Beards and Bangers. It's a nice cubby. No idea how you get one. Ideal size for dehumidifier. Yeah, I'll try and find it again. There's a guy that makes them. Like he were. I'm sure he's in multiple Facebook MG groups because I saw a post of the week with him asking if anybody had got any of the blank bits to send him, so because he's running out of them, and if you send him a blank one, he'll send you one that's already made and use your blank one to make the next one, if that makes sense. But a bit like an exchange thing. But it don't look that hard to do if I can only find the blooming cubbyhole bit. But yeah, it's super handy. There's a video on YouTube of this kid going around Nürburgring in a I don't know whether it's an F or a TF. It might be an F actually. And you're not supposed to time yourself going around the Nürburgring because it's not really a racetrack, is it? It's a private road like Oliver's Mount. So he waits till he gets to a checkpoint, and then he just prizes the little door off the where the airbag should be, and he's got like a stopwatch and everything set up in there. So what he does, he pings that off and then starts his stopwatch from there. That's kind of cool. It'd be better if it were a button and it flipped around like in a James Bond way, like bzzz, and then there was a stopwatch on it. Blackline says, if I did, I would probably buy a Mark 1 Audi TT, but not sure on either the 225 or the 3.2 litre V6. Just go for the biggest one if it's a project. But there again, if you're into daily, I don't know what fuel like on them. But yeah, Mark 1 TTs, they're alright, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know. At the moment, to me, they look a bit dated because they're all round, aren't they? The ones after that started looking more like R8s were kind of cool, but then it's not an R8, so don't make it look like one. Yeah, ask him, Rob. That'd be a good idea, actually. Maybe it is him. Pingu Concord. Mr. Rob constantly. I have had 2 customers this week asking for your knob. Black Lions, yeah, I'd go for 3.2 then. But I don't know. Is it like the V6 Rovers where they're all sound and no trousers? Rob is dispatching his knob tomorrow because he's been busy with work. What else have we got on subjects? Let's have a look. Okay, we'll go for this bottom one. After this one, we'll give it a miss. What I was planning on doing is going up until like 10 to 10. 10 to 10 to 10, 10, 10. Anyway, so you'll kind of round it up a bit. So my final subject for your consideration. What was the last time, blooming heck, when was the last time you learnt a new skill, and what was that skill? So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be car related. Could be music related, work related, just anything really. Cooking, hobbies, whatever. What was the last skill you learned? And when was the last time you learnt a new skill, and what was it? And I'll try and think of what mine was, because I did think of it when I wrote the question, but I was working. Literally, when I wrote this list, it was between calls today at work, and there was times where I'd write something and then there'd be a call straight after. So I'd like finish off a sentence or whatever, come back to it afterwards, and I have no idea what it were that I was looking at. Udgy says, I learned to be a little less bad at using GIMP. Udgy did. Udgy has been learning GIMP, and she's done lots of cool stuff. And I think, I don't think she'll mind me telling you, she set up, I don't know whether it's public or private. No, it's going to be public. She set up a Redbubble shop where she puts lots of her designs on there on various things, and they're quite good. She's got some Easter designs on there as well, haven't you, Udge? What else has she got on there? She started doing my sort of tied into my Henny one. There's loads of stuff. There's rabbit stuff. There's weird stuff. All sorts of cool patterns. She's getting quite good with GIMP. So yeah, that's a good new skill that Udge, because that'll help me. Rob says he's learned how to toss properly. I'm assuming he meant pancakes from Shrove Tuesday, or I'm hoping he meant pancakes from Shrove Tuesday. You see, okay, so he's more. It's the same tossing that I thought he meant, but not pancakes. Yeah, you need to have a proper pan though, don't you, Rob? Like a proper wok type pan. That's the whole reason why woks are round, so you can move stuff about without having to stir it and stuff. Our cooker's too small to have a wok. It'd like cover 2/3 of it up. Udge, thank you, Simon. You're very kind. What? That just feels weird. My last new skill. I suppose I don't know whether it's the latest thing. I mean, I painted that steering wheel, but I don't know. I don't know whether I'd class that as a new skill. It's just I don't know. I'm too bloody hard on myself. Drumming, I've got a lot better in drumming over the past few months, so maybe I'll class that drumming. Still at my blooming wrist though, so I'm not that good at it. Pingu Concord has been learning to grow his beard. So, are you actually trying to grow a beard, or you've been learning how to not cut your beard? Bad Book says, I learned messy soldering, repaired snapped brake light wire near boot hinge, and only had soldering iron 25 years. Well, I'm glad you came up with soldering on there, Bad Books. So, my first job when I left college was building radio station equipment. So it were like, it started off being like power amplifiers, and there were these things called talk back systems where you basically like intercoms from one like music desk or studio to another and stuff like that. But that involved a lot of soldering, and it's amazing. It's amazing how good you can get at soldering when you're doing it day after day as part of the job. Like, so the way, I don't know if anybody has ever built sort of loaded circuit boards and stuff, but the circuit boards were like maybe, I mean, they're going to be they were the size of rack mounts basically, so maybe a bit wider than an A4 sheet, maybe a bit deeper. 19-inch, I think, rack mount, so 19-inch wide. Yeah, 19 inches wide, I think, maybe a bit less. And you put them in a jig. You got your list of components. You put all your components in, however many there is. You put a top on them, and then you turn it over, and you're just left with a board with loads of metal legs stuck up everywhere. And it's amazing, once you've been doing it for a while, how quick you can blast through that circuit board. Like, at first it'd take you ages, making sure you've got every little joint wetted. So instead of it looking like there's the leg and there's the board and the joint being like that, you need it to be like that. So it's like if you dropped water down it, so it's like nice flow of solder on it. So you don't want to use too much, and you want it to get it nice and hot, but not too hot. But it's amazing how quickly you get used to that, and you can just blast through it so fast. But obviously, it helps if you've got proper soldering iron jigs and everything. But yeah, soldering iron, I kind of like that. My dad had a Lotus. Which one were it? The Clat, I think it were, or XL. One of them two. And we managed to get it cheap because the guy that had owned it, he'd reversed it off his driveway with door open and pulled door off. So we had to fabricate a metal bar for in door because that had like been torn at one end, and then we had to reconnect everything up, and I had to do a load of soldering on there, and that were really, really tricky because you've not got much space, but it dead easy, if that makes sense, because I were already used to soldering. It weren't too big of a job, it was tricky, but it was kind of enjoyable doing stuff like that. Pingu says he's growing his beard to keep up with the cool kids on YouTube. Word up. Don't be silly, you judge. You can grow a beard. It could be barbaric. Can I just ask there, Rob, why is Mustard being the president? His beard's not that big. Anyway, I'll set up my own if I'm not allowed in your club. He does sound scary, doesn't it, Pingu? Badbook says, agree, everyday skills easy. That's the trouble with DIY mechanics doing jobs infrequently. It is true. It is true. Yeah, it's like when I did the starter solenoid on Henny. If I had to do another one now, I'd know exactly what I need to do and how to do it, and it'd be fine. It's the thing with being a hobby mechanic is most of the time that you're doing a job, it's the first time and possibly the only time you're going to do it. So it always takes you ages because you have to figure it out first. unless your car keeps breaking down with the same thing over and over again. But yeah, it's true. It is true. It gets easier with repetitive action. Anyone else? Any other skills they have recently or learnt on there? Yeah, with my drumming one, so right hand is the hi-hat hand. Ping, 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 ping. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm really killing my wrist afterwards. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, it's like inside, it's like a tendon thing. It's like RSI from using your mouse and stuff. Or maybe it's just I'm editing it and then using my mouse and stuff is making it worse. Pingu says, Norman, did you get taught how to repair motorbikes as need to be right or game over styly? I didn't get. No, I've not been taught to be a mechanic at all. They're not. Nothing's that difficult. Nothing's too hard for you to look at and do yourself. Admittedly, brakes are something that you need to make sure you've done it right, and it's just a case of idiot checking yourself, and that's why it comes in handy when there's two here, because you can both keep an eye on stuff on there. Yeah, honestly, there's not anything that anybody can't do on bikes. It's just make sure that you tightened everything up and it looks like it should have done before. Not complicated. Rob says, president is a non-executive role. He would have to work. What, the president would, or I would? Because I'd rather not have to work, to be honest. I'm happy just having a beard. That's all. Rob says, does Norman's overall have any provenance? By that I mean smells particularly from the armpit or crotch area. No, it smells of it just smells of old workshop smocks. You know, I don't know how many of you worked in factories, but it just smells of, I suppose it's maybe like machine oil smell, but like a very faint. If you got like whatever washing machine juice, washing machine juice. Oh, crikey. What's it called? Washing powder, that sort of stuff. And you mixed in a tiny bit of machine oil with it. That's what it smells like. You can smell the washing powder, but there's a hint of engineering. Maybe that's it. Maybe what it is it's tropical jasmine flower scent with a hint of engineering. Bad Book says, drafty UPVC windows, Google and realised rubber seals needed replacing. Right, boss, steward, but superb results. Very windy where we live. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like fitting UPVC windows, just fitting them themselves. It can't be that hard. It really can't. The manufacture of them, obviously, you need jigs and everything to make sure they're right size, but the actual fitting of them doesn't seem that hard, to be honest. And then especially if it's just the window bits you're popping out and putting back in, again, it's going to be one of them where it's tricky to do because everything has to fit exactly right, doesn't it, really? I was surprised there's not like a specific tool for clipping the frame bits back in and stuff. But yeah, there's no jobs in this world that people can't do that have never done them before just without learning it. Otherwise, nobody's born being a window fitter or a motorcycle repair person, unless they're weird. German washing powder. Bad Book, copper grease is a typical workshop. Yeah, that is true. Although the copper grease I've got smells a bit, I don't know, it doesn't smell nice. Yeah, it's like that's basically like warm oil and metal, isn't it, Rob? I got, when you said swarf, then my brain went to Swarfiga, and I've still got a tub of Swarfiga that I got. I mean, that's another workshop smell that I got years ago because it said Swarfiga Original. I thought, oh yeah, that'll be the bit with the grit in it, and it's not. It's the bit without grit in it. What's the point of having Swarfiga without grit in it? It's like, what, a cleaning thing for lightly dirty hands? Come on, get some proper stuff. Oh no, now I use rubber gloves anyway. As you've probably seen from my Spontex sponsored advert. And I realised that the company that I work for actually runs their accounts today. So I nearly said something while I was on the phone to this guy. That'd have been funny. Excuse me, I've done a video where you sponsor my videos, so please can you send me some money? Well, look at that. We're at 9:56, so that's an hour and a half or an hour and a half, depending on who you are. So thank you for joining, everybody. It's a shame we've not got a Mustard coming on at 10. It's usually good watching Mustard, but he's editing videos apparently. Pingu says, what smell do you prefer, petrol or bacon? Bacon, obviously. Oh, hang on a minute, we can't go yet. Rob's just dropped a bombshell. He's just gone like, boom! So Rob says new Swarfiga is rubbish. What's that then? What's new Swarfiga? Is that the orange one? How is he going to edit a video if you're eating him like some sort of zombie? I'm waiting on Rob's answer to what new Swarfiga is. If it's good answer, Jimmy. Jimmy prefers the smell of petrol if it's free. Yeah, you can eat all the mustard we've got in the fridge if you want, Udge. I'll let you have that. I'm hungry again now. I didn't eat enough at dinner time. Come on, Rob, don't keep us in suspense. I didn't expect him too bad, but he seems to take ages when he's editing stuff. It's green and has no abrasive stuff in. See, that's the stuff I've got, but I thought that was the original one. I'll have to have a look downstairs, and I'll post a picture, because that's what people do when you're sad and 47. You post pictures of Swarfiga on Facebook. So all them youngins with the pictures of the big pouty lips and the big chiseled jaws, and them going out to Dubai and out partying and eating in fancy restaurants. Where it's at is posting pictures of Swarfiga on Facebook. Well, there we go. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you all had a bit of a laugh at... hang on. What? Yeah, I'm finishing now. All right, send him over then. Yeah. Like, what I'll do is I'll get loads of little tubs, like Tupperware tubs, and I'll write little question marks on front on a post-it note, and I'll stick it over the top of like a penny or 5 penny. Yeah, it'll feel right at home. It'll be fine. All right, see you in a bit. So it's just Noel Edmonds as manager again. Perfect. So yeah, thank you again, everybody, for joining. It's been much fun, and yeah, hopefully we'll have another one on Friday, or it might just be next Tuesday. I don't know what I'm doing yet. So yeah, thank you very much, and hope everyone has a good weekend and a week. Perfect, cool. That's it, Pingu. Deal or no deal. Take care, everybody. Have fun. I'm going to put this piece of paper over here really quietly, and then I'm going to, without anybody noticing, pick up this laptop and put it down over here like this, and then without anybody noticing again, ow! I'm going to bang my knee on the on the thing, and then I'm going to try and unlock this phone. And it's not going to work because my thumb's not in the right place. And then I'm gonna do this.